Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You already know today we got some more tips for you. And today's tips are going to be how to make it to late game and how to get placement points every time, every game you play. All right. Now I'm going to be giving you guys a couple tips. Hopefully these tips help you. But before I get into that, let me mention that memberships are now available on my channel. If you want to support me even more than you already have, consider becoming a member by hitting the join button right next to the subscribe button on my channel. This is kind of like a Twitch subscription. It's like a Twitch Prime sub. You'll get exclusive emotes and badges in my stream chats and other exclusive benefits. So for more information on that, make sure you hit the join button on my channel. But right before we get into the tips, I want to prove to you guys that you can trust that my tips will work, okay? I'm going to show you a clip of me going from shambles to getting second place in an arena game, okay? I was in complete shambles. It was a horrible zone, and I ended up getting second place, and I made it work. And this is how. Cue the clip. GG's, bro. All right, guys, so from what we've seen in the video, we've learned that you can never give up. No matter what situation you're in, no matter how much you're in shambles, man, never give up. You never know what's gonna happen, man. You can always get lucky, get a lucky kill, get a lucky rotate. Something can happen that will change your game around, all right? That is definitely my main tip in this video, is to never give up. Anything can happen, man. But now, what you came for, onto the tips on how to make it to late game every time. I know I've recycled a lot of tips in my videos, and I'm gonna be kind of doing that in this video just because most of the tips are pretty much the same, but I can break them down differently for you. All right, so the first tip for making it to late game and getting placement points every game is to land uncontested. I say this all the time: land uncontested. Stay high enough in the air so that you can pick an uncontested spot to land at no matter where you go. This is very, very important. Do not die beginning game because you landed with somebody and they got a gun and you didn't. Okay, that's your own fault for doing that. You gotta land uncontested, man. Second tip, I said this in my last video: do not fight mid-game unless you have to. Do not fight mid-game unless you have to. And if you are forced to fight mid-game, this is where your practice in box fighting comes in handy. You need to practice box fighting. You have to become a box fight master to outplay these Champion League players. Practice your box fighting so you can outplay the W keyers. Okay, it's not that hard to kill the W keyers, man. The W keyers make mistakes too. You gotta think these people are just people like you, man. They're not superhuman. Even though sometimes it may seem like they are, they're not, man. These people are killable. All right, so you just gotta be confident in your box fighting skills if it comes down to those mid-game fights. Now for late game, when you are nearing placement points, do not go for middle zone. If there are 30 people left, you want to stay on edge zone. You want to stay away from people. You want to guarantee yourself that top 25 with them 60 points, because those are very important. That is a lot of points. That is the most points you get for placement. So you want to guarantee yourself that top 25 by staying on the edge of the zone. If you go to the middle of the zone during late game, you will get focused 100%. If you are the first person in the middle of the zone, you will be the target. That's just how it works. Everybody targets the guy in the middle. That's just how it goes, all right? So do not be that guy. Ride it out until you get top 25. Now after top 25, when the circles start getting smaller, and in this case I'm going to be talking about when it gets around half and half. You guys don't know what half and half is? It's when the zone is half in zone and half in the storm. This is when the circles start getting really small and the end game starts, okay? This is the zone right before the moving zone. You do not want to be the first person in this zone for the same reason that you do not want to be in the middle zone in the previous tip. If you're the first person in the half and half zone, people are going to target you, okay? You have to wait for other people to go there so that you can go there with them. A very good tip for in-game to save mats and to rotate safely is to rotate behind someone. Let someone rotate before you. You do not want to be the first person rotating unless you have a clear path and you can do it safely, but this is rare. All right, there's usually people around you and you're going to want to let them rotate first if you can. This is very important, okay? Now when it comes to moving zones, this is when you want to get to zone as fast as you can. Get closer to the moving zone as fast as you can. You do not want to be riding that edge of the zone during a moving zone, because the people that do get to the moving zones early will be looking on picks for people like you that are on the edge of the zone straggling in. Alright, so you want to get to the moving zone as fast as possible. And at this point, this is when you decide if you should go for height or not. When the moving zones start going is when height should be taken. Alright, if you have a lot of mats, you could take height early. If you don't have a lot of mats, you might have to wait a little bit to take height. You have to analyze it depending on your situation. A lot of these tips are very good for you guys, but you also have to implement them in the right areas, okay? Because every situation is different, all right? You're not going to be able to use these tips for every situation, but depending on the situation you are in, you will have to act accordingly. Now, if you followed all of these tips and you've made it this far, you have guaranteed yourself placement points every game, all right? This is the best way to get placement points every single game, and to constantly gain points, okay? That's the point of Arena. You do not want to lose points. You want to constantly gain more than you're losing, and hopefully these tips will help you do that. You guys keep grinding, man. Keep grinding that arena. I want to see everybody in Champion League this season. All right, and I want to help you get there. So if these tips did help, man, make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. We post content regularly, and you already know, man, you guys are true hooligans. I love you all. I'll see you out there in the field, boys. Peace out.